Alliance a lot of space to maneuver around them, to pick the right heroes around them. Enchantress, by the way, just even on position 4 or 5, together with Kotal, like 4.5 votes for me, just went so high, because not only are you able to completely demolish Beastmaster's lane, you're also able to just take away Ember's Flame Guard. Another hero that's really strong is Oracle. Maybe this Kotal pick denies both of those, right?
Yeah.
Now that you have Kotal, perhaps because of that, you can't go for Enchantress, you can't go for Oracle, and then this Beastmaster and Ember make a lot of sense.
And there's that Dragonite to open up this phase. Given that OG probably haven't picked supports here, do you think, with what we've been talking about previously, with there being more emphasis on your supports winning your lanes right now, it's a good strategy for OGC to open up like this, Nicola?
It's better to open up with 2 cores than with 2 supports. Probably the best idea is to open up core and support, but we wanted the Beastmaster, and we don't want them to have the Kotal Ember. You can always say, like, oh, maybe it's a position 4 Ember, which is highly unlikely, and I wouldn't like to see it because it's not as good, or it's not good at all. But still, to me, it's a better opening than just saying 2 supports, right? So
whenever you're taking Ember as position 4, you have to be considering about getting these ranged offlaners, right? So you need something like a Furion on position 3 to make that for Ember with Blightstone work. He just comes in the lane, slides of fist, and then Furion keeps on nagging on them. That's why the hero works for a little while as a position 4. Now, I completely agree. I don't like the opening of 2 cores way too much, but these are a little bit flexible, and because of that Kotal pick, you know that there most likely won't be any heroes such as Enchantress or Oracle picked up afterwards, and because of that you will be able to lane the Beast and the Ember fairly easily.
Is this a Shadow Demon pick right now? Like, I have to say, I wasn't too set on the Shadow Demon, like it was winning games, but I didn't know why. So yesterday, since I had the day off, I had to play pubs. I played them 3-4 times, and to me, that's first pick material. Pick it first. It does so much inside of a game. Here, you have an AA, you need a save. You can also purge the Ember Shield, save from D-Roar. To me, that's the perfect pick right now. I'd be surprised, actually, if Alliance doesn't go for it.
That's a fair point, though, Relez, because we've seen the Shadow Demon, CIS teams especially open up with it to secure strength heroes, I find, a lot. And they've already got the DK showing. Shadow Demon has proven himself formidable. I think he's sitting with like double the wins to losses so far.
Oh, Shadow Demon for them is definitely an option. Like he said, it's just a complete support right now. I'm really interested in seeing they go with the Enchantress. I've been talking about this hero a lot. I wanted to say that even Ancient Apparition is a bad pick versus her. Overall, you're thinking, all right, Frost Blast, Enchantress can't heal, countered. Not necessarily. Maybe later on in the game it comes into play. But most importantly is, all 3 of these heroes suck in the laning stage versus Enchantress, and that's where you want her. That's where you want her to shine, right? That's the most important.
That's the support's role right now.
That's pretty much the support Enchantress role. Own the laning stage, get like Tranquil's One Bracer's hood, and just be this beefy Enchantress that just runs in front, gives enough info for your team to work around. Now, Beastmaster completely has to skill differently versus Enchantress, and I don't think the axes are the way to go. So this Enchantress instantly forces them into rotating their lanes. They need to figure out a way to play against her and not put the Beastmaster versus her. But even if you put the Ancient Apparition versus her, he's super bad versus any hero that brings creeps to the lane.
Do you feel like maybe for OGC you would have preferred to have seen the Shadow Demon we mentioned instead of the Ancient Apparition they picked up? Does it leave the draft a little bit more flexible and maybe bullyish at the start?
To be honest, like
he played a lot of Shadow Demon in the pub.
That's why I'm looking at him.
No,
you now.
Love it.
I like the AA more. In a sense that you actually have an Ember and a Beast, right? So you don't really have offensive capabilities when it comes to your disruption. So that's actually a problem to me. Here, you just go slide chains, and there's the ulti from the AA. So I definitely like it, and I also like the Mirana pick. It can take care of the creeps. It does well with the Ember. It lanes well with the Beastmaster as well. So to me, it's a complete pick. How good does it look right now? Not that much, but definitely in this draft it can work.
Do you like it here, Liz? Do you think they've got enough setup for the arrows? Because usually when we see Mirana work is when each of your cores have stuns, right? Or ways of
I think
control.
you have enough here. I think already is decent. You have the Ember and the Beast. Beast on its own is kind of decent in the lane. The boards are slowing a little bit, which allows you to use those arrows. On the mid lane as well, if Ember is mid, or anywhere pretty much, the chain build definitely allows you to hit that arrow properly. Obviously depends on the hero that's laning against the Ember Spirit, but usually you don't need like a big setup. You don't need your Shadow Demons, Banes. If you're a good Mirana player, and everyone on this team pretty much is, all you need is that one slight, like 0.5 second, 1 second to set that arrow up. Ricky, yeah.
I was just going to say, do you think there's any chance this Mirana could be a core still? Because we did see that ran.
Yeah, Wish played it, and he just played so well on that Mirana. It was one of his best performances for OG out of those 3 games. It's possible, but very unlikely. Because they would have 3 cores, Ember, Beastmaster, and Mirana, and I just have a bad gut feeling about them. I don't like it at all. I think they still need win condition on Madara.
And it feels like the Mirana could get roughed up by this Ricky pick that we're now seeing, right? Because
of course,
you smoke Cloud, Diffu, Mirana's dead.
Yeah, definitely. This is a support Mirana in my eyes. If you put it mid, let's say you lane against the DK is Breathe Fire, you're just done. You don't have the damage to get 1 creep. You'll be using your arrow to get the creep in the lane instead of the jungle, and that's not the way it should work for me. What I want to see here for Alliance, OG Seed already made their draft a bit open, Ember, position 1 and 2. I would like for Alliance to actually see a hero that can lane both mid and off lane, so then then they can flex their DK. Though it wouldn't surprise me they just put this DK on the off lane, because okay, they banned the Necro, because the AA is just gonna counter the mid DK way too much, and if it's an off lane, DK is gonna do well in the lane. It's gonna push before, probably gonna have level 6 before AA, so he can do his job, and then you don't rely on him as much in the later stages of the game.
So where do we go on Alliance to round this out? Like you said, you want a flexi type pick, someone that can do multiple roles. Liz, do you have any ideas of what that might be? Anything that's okay?
Like a Brewmaster would be really good. Oh, look!
Oh, look at that! Oh man, the audio delay. Damn, you were so quick on that.
They have a bunch of these spells now on their side. They don't necessarily have to rely on Enchantress to get rid of the shield, to get rid of the boars and all the summons coming from Beastmaster. Now you have the Panda too. Panda honestly hasn't really been picked way too many times, and some of the games it worked out well, some of the games it didn't. I believe it was actually who played versus Secret? It was Alliance playing versus Secret, and they lost with the Panda. I remember that game. They had way too many Meepo.
Yeah, scrap everything we're talking about, Brewmaster. We know you want to talk about this hero a little.
All right.
Does this feel like a Meepo game? Is this a gotcha type pick coming out from OG Seed, Freak?
This is a really good Meepo game. Definitely a really good Meepo game. It's like, okay, with this Brewmaster, they got rid of all the illusion heroes against the summons and everything, but Meepo is not one of those heroes, and he really does well against all of these heroes. Like, to me, they don't really have an answer to the Meepo. Liz is more of an expert on the hero.
Yeah, I was leaving Liz to second because I know he's got the extra details. Run us through this Meepo.
Free Meepo game.
Free. Wow, there we go.
That's my expert analysis right here. Not only is it a good Meepo game because they have 0 counters to it. Obviously, there's always a way to lose with Meepo. Right now, the game isn't as snowbally, so if you lose a couple of those mid-game fights, it can go downhill. But right now, really, it's very difficult to lose with it. You have the necessary utility from the Beastmaster. You don't have a single counter versus you. It looks a free Meepo game.
No, free Meepo game is exactly what OG Seed need, because they are getting very close to elimination. They need to get control of their own destiny, and we'll see if they can do it this draft. But we're going to need some commentators to run us through that action and see if they can begin the dream. On the line, I've got a little taster home mixed with, I'd say he's in our top 4 favorite Croatian people in the Dota scene. It is, of course, Nomad and Lacoste.
Hello, yeah, top 4 seems a little bit hard to Lacoste, but yeah, no, we're here, we're excited to cast this game. OG Seed, Chessie on the Meepo as well, pretty exciting stuff.
Yeah, top 4 rating me highly, thank you for that. KP, but it is a free Meepo game. Before they last picked it, I was like, yeah, man, Alliance, they have a much better draft. I don't see them losing it. It's such a good Ricky game. They don't have a good hero against the Dragon Knight. But now I just completely shifted towards OG Seed.
Yeah, I think. I mean, is there anything they can do on the side of OGC to kind of on the side of Alliance to try and counter this this Meepo? You know, any items we could go maybe Battle Fury Ricky? I mean, nothing sounds good. Yeah, but maybe a Battle Pass could get released, or a new patch could save them.
Hey, don't start him again. He's been baiting everyone in the previous series of Battle Passes.
Plus, you've been naughty boy.
I guess.
I sold my Arcanas while I thought they were on a high. Okay. You owe me, Lacoste.
All right,
you owe me
all right,
a lot.
you can go now, guys. Leave us
Good
alone.
luck, Lycos. Have fun.
See you guys. All right,
Yeah,
so
you
gonna
asked about
start
the items.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think you can itemize. Like Dragon Knight has a built-in splash, level 12, but like even if you get like Maelstrom, it's still not gonna do much. Everything they have is single target. I'm really afraid that this game is just gonna crumble real quick. I don't remember seeing such a free Meepo game in a really long time.
How you doing?
Even yeah, I mean, you look at like there's like an Ignis, but then you got a Meepo who could just kill it the moment the first pulse ends, and it just really does look like it's they gotta fight for this one, Alliance. They really gotta prove that this team has got more than ooh, Z3 getting really up in the top lane. They're jumping on him and they're gonna draw first blood. FNG with those impetuses, my word. That is a lot of damage coming out from these
Impeti,
top lane.
I
Oh,
believe.
thank you.
That's the correct spelling. So yeah, with the impetus in the laning stage, he's gonna be harassing a lot. Also, I want to see enchant being picked up. Otherwise, he would just get enchant instead if they would not contest the rune and just take over the boar. But one thing what Zibe could do is just get the wild axes. I see that quite often lately.
Immediately just going
Z-Freak.
on to Z-Freak again here. They've got no chill at all, and he doesn't have pounce. He doesn't have anything. He's just straight up dead. Another kill up in the top lane. Z-Freak just dies twice in a row up here as Alliance lay down the domination in the top lane. Well, Jimmy's fine. He's getting solo XP at least.
I'm just thinking about this Mirana. Like, her game is ruined.
Yeah, I mean, what do you do? Like, you go back to the lane. I think we all know what's going to happen. She needs to get a leap somehow, some way. We want the mid lane
All
and
right.
push them under the tower.
We've seen
we got
that
jungle.
in our pubs. Get the bounty, jungle a bit, get level 2, but he also needs to help Beastmaster on the top lane.
Yeah, getting the pressure put on by FNG a little bit, but yeah, over towards mid. Chessie off to a relatively decent start. I mean, it's still a DK versus a Meepo, but this is the Meepo curse. You get divided we stand, you start farming the jungle, life gets much easier.
Meepo got nerfed. He's not as snowbally as he was before. He gets divided we stand on level 4. FNG gets a kill.
time,
Nico
yeah.
baby is gonna live.
Again, no pounce to come and cancel that salve, so Z-Freak unable to do anything here, but his own salve cutting
Might
on
be
through here,
dead.
but FNG, he's on top of him. Oh no, not again, Z-Freak, please. Oh god, he's dead again. That is third death up in this top lane as Z-Freak enters the meat grinder of FNG and Nico Baby once again, and it goes the exact same way.
This is such a disaster for the top lane. Like, Mirana is not getting anything. She just TP'd the tier 2 tower, wants to find another arrow on a bigger creep, but it's only Satyrs there, so does not want to use it.
She could take FNG Sentinel, that'd be something, but yeah, I mean, we're really clutching at straws. That's level 1 Mirana right now. New on mid, Chessie getting a little bit low to the DK. This is constant harassment from the Breathe Fire being kind of annoying for Chessie. But nothing more than annoyance, to be honest. He's
Arrow
still doing
connects.
fine. Oh, on
Axes.
the Mirana. Do they have the damage? Axe is going to come through, does connect, and they will get themselves a kill. Z-Freak now hitting level 2, and a victory leap away, finally. Turning things around a little bit up in this top lane.
So we're just watching the top lane. We don't care about other lanes. How are other lanes? 17. CS on Madara on the bottom lane.
Yeah, it's December Spirit's having a really nice time as S4's kind of struggling to get much of a look in this bottom lane, only 12-1 compared to the 18-1 of Madara. How's the combos for this brew? I mean, I guess using Chakra Magic to get more Thunderclaps out sounds pretty decent, right?
It's just the Cinder Brew, lower the cooldown on that, and then they ignite people with the Blinding Light. Vexu could be in a little bit of trouble, but chains connect.
Yeah, just to buy him a little bit of time and ease to get himself under that tower and that sweet HP regen kicking in. Do you rate the changes to the towers very highly?
Oh, yeah. Yesterday I was diving tier 2 towers and I was like, what's happening? Why is he hitting me so hard? 200 damage, 2500 HP on that tower. It's so much harder to take it down.
Yeah, for sure.
Zibe on the top lane just TPs out. There's no stun, so that's one way to counter this lane, and he TPs back to tier 1 tower. He even uses Salve. Like, Salve is not as good as it was before. Like, you need 2 extra seconds to get the full value out of it. Now
Yeah.
Meepo will just start a jungle, and I want to see someone like rotates to the mid lane to collect the XP if he's just going to be jungling from now on. That's a 3rd raid band already on Meepo.
Yeah, look at you, Z-Freak. A little bit behind. Could use that XP in the middle lane, but no one coming in just yet. Vexu's still wanting to help out Madara in this bottom lane. It's just a constant harassment here from the from S4, using that Cinder Brew, jumping on top of Madara, but Madara's not too phased about it still. Still 10 CS above S4 here, but they are going to give up at least 1 bounce room, but it's actually going to be 3 going the way of OG Seeds, so something going their way at least. Feels pretty good. And, you know, with this Meepo in their jungle, they're feeling not too bad about things right now.
Also, Alliance, they don't have the best heroes to like rotate and contest the Meepo in the jungle. You have Keeper of the Light and Enchantress. It's really not enough.
No. So not a big factor about this Meepo, which, I mean, Alliance needs to get creative. Come up with some ways to deal with it, put some pressure on it, or maybe that will come in later on.
And
Right
you can
now,
see Z-Freak already on the mid lane just wants to arrow the catapult to stop the siege. But you can see FNG body blocks it.
wow, giving a life for the catapult maybe here as Chessie jumps in with a 2-man net, holding them still. The Vember's here as well. They've taken down 1 Limp. In some trouble here as 4 heroes arrive from OG Seed, but as he gets to the other side of the river, they will give up the chase on this DK. They know he's a pretty big boy in that dragon form, so they'll let him live for the time being, but still happy to defend their tower, happy to kill this Enchantress as well. And they get Chessie even a little bit more.
Yeah, being so smart as FNG is not good. Like, he just died, but the nice read from OG Seed, what they were trying to do. Like, you want to group up with the catapult timing. Dragonite was level 6, so they stopped the push, only 600 damage dealt to the tower.
Z-Freak. I'm not sure if he was aiming for the catapult, but he didn't hit the catapult. I'm sure he was aiming for the Ricky, let's just say that. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, they're going pretty aggressive onto the Kotl, but I don't think he's surviving this one. Blinding Light, they're going to help out quite a lot, and he will live. There is no chase available on OG Seed right now.
Why are you always lying, Nomad?
I said I wasn't sure if he was going to survive. I'm sorry, Lucas. I feel like I've let you down.
No, that's my job. Like, I lie to people, not you. Bottom lane,
Rub it off on me.
chains ready. Oh, misses.
That's a shame. S4 still doing perfectly fine, and even say hello to Pexu. Pexu will say hello straight the way back again as S4 eats through these trees here, just trying to get as much out of this lane as possible, but might be burning things down a little bit too heavily here as he is going to lose his life. Sticking around a bit too long. Trying to wait for his call to get back and help him out, but he will not be there.
It's a very strong combo with these two. I've seen, like, a lot of, in China at least, a lot of safe lane Dragonites combined with Ancient Apparition. So once you hit level 3, you have 5 seconds of stun. I mean, it's the same concept.
It's a lot of stun.
It's not a stun, yeah, but it's a good setup.
I'm a little bit interested in OG Seed's decision to just leave this Ricky to free farm up at top. I mean, this guy's going to be hitting a pretty early timing on this Diffusal Blade. Meanwhile, the Beastmaster, he's just gone to the jungle, come back to lane to push it out, and then back to the jungle again. Doesn't really want to lane into this Ricky, knows how strong he is, and knows that he can't really contest too much.
They have Roar right now, and if Mirana decides to rotate, it's a pretty easy setup on Ricky. Like you can just stun lock him. Even though Ricky is very hard kill to get, can reposition himself twice with the 2 Blink Strike charges, buy some time with Tricks of the Trade. So sometimes you need even 2 dusts to actually kill a Ricky.
That's a lot of gold if you don't get the kill as well. It's a lot of investment. Meanwhile, Z-Freak looking for the arrow onto Handskin. Won't be successful, though, and also missing the Chains Brewmaster there. Got to question that one a little bit, as S4's just got to run himself forwards here and gets Chakra Magic onto him. Another Thunderclap going to be available 1 second, along with the Cinder Brew, holding down Madara here. But nice dodge out from him, actually, to use the Sleight of Fist. Madara will be okay, as the TP in from DK. Not doing much, but he has got that Dragon Form and might want to put some pressure on this tower. And the mirror pressure can't really come in because FNG's just pushing in this lane. He's shoving it real hard. So Beastmaster won't be able to do a whole lot.
I'm not sure if they can defend this tower. Dragonite pumping too much damage. Brewmaster just hit level 6.
They kill off FNG at least with the Roar, yeah. That's the threat you were talking about.
Yeah, they can easily take down Ricky if they just rotated one more hero. Pex2 will manage to TP out, so they should instead just put the pressure on a mid lane. Chessie, 2 Meepos, 3 Ray Bands going straight into Ethereal Blade, which still is the best item you can pick up on a Meepo.
Yeah, great stats. And pretty cool active to help out your homies as well. But meanwhile, Z-Freak is going to go down to this Ricky. And the bottom tower does fall. So things come up in Alliance's favor right now. Ricky unable to really put that much pressure on the middle tier 1 in response. So yeah, I mean, they're going to be very happy with this trade. And they found FNG in the river again here. Chessie's coming on over, trying to get those nets. Madara trying to block him up here. They really want to go for this one. Alliance have a lot of heroes on this high ground right now. And they're going to be able to defend their support quite easily, although coming in again and just blasting them some spells onto Handskin. But Pexy's going to be the one in real trouble right now as I catch him on the front lines, and he's trying to run himself away, but that's just not happening. Nico Baby jumps in, finishes off the kill, and that's a free little Pexu.
It's very important that Nico Baby is getting the kills. He was already free farming on the top lane. Once he hits that Diffusal Blade timing, he just becomes like a 3 times stronger hero.
Yeah. But up at top, they're able to take down the tier 1 at least, so OG Seed will eventually find the tower trade. Nice for them. I think it all comes down to this mid lane now. Alliance, they want to defend this one and hopefully take the enemy's tier 1. I mean, when you do that, you can open up a bit more of the map, possibly put some more pressure on this Meepo, which feels like it should be the play right now, but I don't know, Alliance is kind of waiting for this Diffusal first.
Arrow does not connect.
Yeah, Z-Freak. Not the same success we've seen from a couple of other Marauders. Most notably Wish. Oh, they're unleashing onto the Brewmaster here, and they're able to take him down before he gets off that ultimate. That is key. Now they're going to hunt forward for more here. Chessie throwing down that net will land it onto Handskin. Arrow to follow up as well, and that is one dead little pony as Handskin and his horse will fall. And now, well, tier tower definitely going to go the way of OG Seed in the end after those 2 kills at mid. Very nice play onto S4. They're just killing him, bursting him before he can get off that ultimate, and then opening themselves up a real opportunity to take down this middle tier 1, which they will take.
Z-Freak is hurrying a bit with his arrows, trying to land them before any kind of setup. You have 2 points in Searing Chains, you have Meepo with the net, so he should just wait. It's such a powerful combo. Ember Spirit, once he has that maxed out, the setup, you always have enough time to actually land an arrow. And this is where the threat comes from. You have a better vision coming out the Beastmaster, so they will be playing around the Roche Pit. Next fight, if Alliance loses 1 or 2 heroes, Meepo will just straight go into Roche Pit. There's a ton of damage, attack speed, Inner Beast, extra damage from Helm of the Dominator. They definitely need this Diffusal Blade, because right now they feel so much weaker. Also, one of the reasons why I don't like this Brewmaster is, like, you hit level 6, you want to take a fight, and if you can't find any openings, the hero doesn't, like, flash farm. He can scale with the items, but not like the best. He's not like the best offlaner that scales. And if you misuse, like, first Primal Split, there's a 2-minute window where enemy can just keep playing aggressive. And if you look at the OG Seeds lineup, they really don't rely on any cooldowns. They can be fighting all the time.
Yeah, right. They're free as birds right now. I mean, maybe the Raw, but to be honest, it's not even that important. And they're going to put the Moonlight Shadow here. Maybe look forward onto S4 and Handskin in their own jungle. But they've got 3 heroes here along with Nico Baby as well. So not the easiest to go on. And they've even got a sentry down, which S4 not very tactfully reveals. And Z-Freak's going, well, fine, I'll leave. See you later. Interesting Moonlight Shadow. Maybe they're looking stuff at top, but either way, allows them to see these heroes hanging out in their jungle, lets them know that they should probably be playing up top right now, which they absolutely are. Another arrow comes sailing on through, grabs a range creep. They're losing the tower, but they don't really care. They're finding a lot across the map right now, putting some pressure on top as well, taking an outpost. OG Seed getting a lot done with the very little space they're being given right now. A 3k gold advantage at the 13-minute mark, despite it being 6 for 6, but that is the Meepo. He's just plowing ahead right now. Nearly 2k gold advantage above the highest net worth on the side of Alliance.
The thing about lineups with like Templar Assassin, Meepo, Ursa, you want to take the Roche earlier, so you build advantage until the second Roche, control the map, and then you try to finish the game with the second Roche, Cheese, and Aegis.
Mm-hmm. Is there any possibility that Gambit can take Roshan off OG Seed?
Not really. They have a very bad Roche taking lineup. Enchantress, Keeper of the Light don't contribute to anything. They don't have, like, a Vlad's any kind of sustain in the Roche bit. Dragon Knight just a Blink Dagger at the moment. So they really can't go in and take away Roche from Meepo.
Yeah, it's too much to ask for. And you're just seeing the limitations of this Alliance draft kind of coming into play here as S4's just spent a lot of his time waddling around the map, not really finding much action, not really finding many fights. And now OG Seed smoked up. They are in this Roche pit, but there's a Centaur coming on over here, so very nicely read from Alliance. OG Seed, they don't even care that they know. They're happy to keep on trying this Roche here.
Well, if enemy does not want to fight you, you're much stronger. Go into Roche pit, make them fight you.
That does seem to be the play. Hexu going to throw down the ultimate up onto the high ground. Coddle, he might just be dead. He certainly will. Off he goes, and now they jump forwards onto Madara, however. Alliance looking for the return kill here. The Moonlight Shadow not going to help out Madara very much, but the Aegis has already fallen into the hands of Chessie.
Brewmaster, he needs to be careful.
Forwards. Yeah, this is Earth Brewing here. That carries the real boy. He needs to get out. Oh, it looks like they're sticking around for this one. Meanwhile, in they go onto FNG here, using that Ethereal Blade, using the poof, trying to grab the Enchantress, and FNG ceases to be. And as does S4 in the background, he hits the floor. That's going to be 2 heroes dead on the side of Alliance, and they're not looking too hot right now. Chesty is just doing what he wants.
Nico Baby has the Fusion Blade, thinking about jumping Beastmaster. If other heroes show on the top lane, they're going to go for Beastmaster. Dragon Knight follow up with the Blink.
Z-Freak, not much he can do about this. Arrow going to come through, but misses the Riki, unfortunately, and that is going to be a freebie onto Zibe, so they find themselves an opening somewhere on the map at least, as Riki debuts this Diffusal Blade.
Yeah, you could see how careful they were playing. They were waiting for someone to show, and there was Ember Spirit showing on the sword on the minimap that I pointed out, plus a Meepo, and they instantly decide to go for Beast. Okay, I see Beastmaster going for Saf as his next item, which I really like. Against Riki, push yourself or teammates out of the cloud, out of the Dragon Knight stun. They're really limited on any kind of lockdown on side of Alliance. Problem is you can't make aggressive rotations with these 2 supports. Enchantress, you just want to dominate the laning stage. Hero scales, even as position 5. S4 deaths.
Oh my god.
S4. Like, he's not having a game.
No, he's not.
Once he uses a split, if he's close to Meepo will just focus him down. He doesn't care about any kind of damage. Meepo's sitting at 23 armor at the moment.
Jesus, he's huge. I'm just going to take that Mr. Tamale man there with the Ethereal Blade. Dominating. Yeah, I mean, it was weird in the laning phase as well, because we assumed that it was going to be Jibe who wasn't really having much of a game, as his Marauders got killed constantly. He was kind of sent back to the jungle quite a few times, but in actuality, it's this Brewmaster who's really struggled to get anything done. Still looking for his Blink Dagger. Doesn't really have an item yet, 17 minutes into this game. Very tough.
It's tough. Even if he gets a Blink Dagger, like, who do you jump? You gap close against
Riki.
Exactly who? It's the only AA that you care about.
Dara's still hunting here, and he's going to get the chains forwards onto the Keeper of the Light. A Coddle, I don't think he stands much of a chance of surviving this one. Arrow is going to miss, but Axes will not, and neither will Sleight of Fist. Hanskin will be the one tanking that gank, but the Riki gets away, so worst heroes to fall, but at the same time now, Chessie's like, great, no Coddle, I'm going to keep him pressuring this tier 2 at mid, and he'll do exactly that. Meanwhile, the main Meepo just roaming around, looking for a target here with that Blink Ethereal Blade combination cocked up and ready to go. This tower crumbling under the might of Chessie. I mean, look at where Alliance are playing right now. They're just on the other side of the map. They've taken the tier 2, pushing in the tower a little bit. They're just trying to get OGC to do other things, but OGC don't really seem willing to play their game.
Also, one of the issues is if Dragon Knight does not have ulti, they can't really pressure the tower. Their heroes are very bad at split pushing, dealing tower damage. So Dragon Knight needs to have it up to be able to put some pressure on the bottom tower, maybe force any kind of rotation from OG Seed.
They really tried hard to find that Riki, but weren't able to do so. Deaths popped, sentries popped, everything. Whole kitchen sink, but didn't manage to find him. He'd already gone. Nice read there from Nico, baby. Very tricky player to lock down. Great game sense on this guy. But another tier 2 going the way of OG Seed. They're pinging the high ground right now. These pings are coming out from Z-Free. He's like, all right, boys, time to go. We've got a few more seconds left on this age. It's about a minute left. They jump forwards onto the Coddle. Arrow's got to connect as well, and Hanskin ceases to be as they look forward towards his tier 3 tower. Now having to defend without that Coddle for 26 seconds. The tower falling so quickly. You need to assemble the team here, Alliance, and they are going to go in for this one, I think. Smoke is popped. Limb coming forward. They're going onto the backlines here. They want to find the Beastmaster, and inside the smoke cloud, I'm not sure there's much they can do to try and save him here, but they can maybe look for the turnaround kills. They're looking over towards Limb, but they have taken down Shippy on the front lines. Now look over towards this DK. OGC looking for the rebuttal, and they kill off Limp. It's a straight up trade right now. It looks like OGC are hanging back a bit, but now that the Brewmaster ulti is gone, Madara's looking all for more here, and he's got those chains coming now. Net's going to follow as well. Chessie annihilates S4. Net comes down onto the Enchantress. Blinding Light's going to buy him a little bit of time. You want Nika Baby's coming on the backline, finds himself C-Free, jumping forwards, finds himself Madara here. Chessie all of a sudden realizes that he's kind of out of teammates here. All he's got is Pexu, and Pexu doesn't really offer much without any mana. Well, where do they do? What do they go
He's
for?
gone in 5 seconds.
Don't
kill him. Just wait. They're waiting. They know exact timing. Perfectly timed by Alliance.
Oh my goodness. What a high ground defense from Alliance here. Picking off the backlines, going on to Jibbe to start off this fight. The perfect plan to make sure that OGC cannot fight them. And it doesn't matter that the Meepo is so farmed and that he can beat people up, but he just gets kited. He just gets played around. They use their spells beautifully on the side of Alliance. And then what? You know, you just slowly run out of heroes, and then waiting down the Aegis. Absolutely brilliant from Alliance there. They're holding.
Maybe his positioning has been amazing in this fight. Like, he finds the perfect target. He does not want to commit when he's close to Meepo, because you can't use his spells if he's netted. So take down the supports if you can, and then deal with Meepo a bit later. And they did a good job, even though Dragon Knight had to buy back, not the hero that you want to buy back with. Like him and Shadowfiend are probably the worst one. Any kind of like transformation heroes, if your ulti is on cooldown. It just feels so weird, but they managed to do it. And next Roche may respawn in less than 2 minutes. So OGC will just continue to farm and try to get the next Roche.
All right, tell me, Lacoste, is it comeback time, or is it a glimmer of hope, or is it nothing really changing? Where do you put it on the scale of comebacks?
There is potential to come back, but I would still say OGC like 75-25 at this point.
I can believe that. But any good tier 2 items to be found here from the side of Alliance? Yeah, Killer's kind of nice. I've actually thrown that on the Beastmaster now, interestingly. As,
Ring of Aquila, S4, come on, brother, give it to Ricky.
That's what I'm thinking, but he wants it for now, and they immediately initiate onto this Ricky here. They're going to absolutely kill him off. S4 going to pop the ultimate, but there's no buyback on Ricky, so he's not coming back into this fight. Meanwhile, Limp in some trouble. Double-Blade coming down onto this one. A nice Ignis going to hold them back for a second, but immediately killing at the moment they're back. But Chessie, he's getting low. He's dead. He's out of the fight. And now OGC trying to shift into reverse here. Alliance, they don't want to chase. It's a trade. They kill the Ricky. They get the Meepo. They're happy. But OGC did not. They're looking for revenge here. Madara chasing forwards. Alliance, they come charging back in on this one, though, but they don't have their ulti on S4 here, who's currently locked down, and the 4-star forward puts him in a really awkward position here. Oh dear, S4 getting beaten on down, and he is going to lose his life. And I believe that was a 4-star from Hanskin, by the way. Trying to get him out of the range of the cold feet, I suppose, but really kind of catapulting him into further danger. But no, I don't think he was surviving that one anyways.
Ignis Fatuus is really not the greatest spell when you're playing against Meepo. It just becomes like Ignis Fatuus. Dies in one hit.
That's for all the 10-year-olds in the chat. Enjoy that one.
So Nico Baby getting close to his BKB. Then the only thing he needs to care about is Beastmaster ulti. Also, Z-Freak, he needs to stop using arrows, trying to land them on his own. Like, you have a perfect setup from the Searing Chains, and this is what Madara has been doing great, like just finding any kind of opening, but there's no real follow-up.
Yeah, Z-Freak, you know, he's mad about this laning phase. He feels the need to prove himself and land some freestyle arrows. Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Chessie finds an easy pick up onto FNG, who was just out on a bit of a warding mission, trying to get some deep vision down, and unfortunately pays a hefty price for it. And OG Seed, as you say, just waiting down the clock for Roshan, and it's going to be a fairly hefty respawn, about 1.5 minutes on this one, so still 1 minute 10 to go before they could fight this. Meanwhile, Madara, he's having some fun with S4 here in Hanskin. Both of them actually dropping kind of low here, as Hanskin needs to get away from these neutrals, lest he lose his life, but I think he's just about going to survive this one, yeah.
So next Roche spawns in a minute. Outpush the bottom lane. All other lanes are in a good spot for OG Seed. And then you get into Roche Pit to just force them to fight you in there if they... Also, they need to be grouped up together, because Nico Baby right now is extremely strong.
Well, they found Madara here a little bit, but don't really have the lockdown for him, so he's just able to blast himself away. Meanwhile, Ice Blast going to connect onto Limp, making this not a great time for them to go in, as the blast connects onto S4. Arrow going to follow up as well. Z-Freak really wants to come in and try and finish this one up, but Nico Baby's on top of him, stopping him from doing so. Blast comes in, but S4 is going to live just about, but they force a split out of him. I'm not sure how valued that is. Well, maybe if they can find a kill into Z-Freak, it might be something. Yep, it will. Z-Freak is going to go down, and S4's looking for someone here, and he's going to see Jibe. He's got the tornado, but his team coming over could be a bit of an ask here, as Limp is still quite far away, though he has got the blink if they really want to commit to this guy. Jibe, yeah, they're going to go for this. Madara's behind him, though, and OG Seed, they're looking to fight this one. They're moving heroes over. Ice Blast's going to connect onto Limp here. He pops that BKB to make sure he's nice and safe. Meanwhile, S4 getting away in the tree lines here, coming back into that regular form, and just kind of limping away. Wondering if they can find him, though. Dara. 2
BKBs used by Alliance and 2 long cooldown ultis, so now it's time for OGC to run into Roche Pit. Full Scotty completed on Meepo, so this item is just going to cripple Dragon Knight.
Yeah,
straight into Roche Pit. Alliance can't contest this.
And the heal from the Enchantress as well. Yeah, that's pretty good. And in they go into Roshan, and just as quickly as they're in, it's going to go down. This is very, very fast for Roche. Absolutely no chance for Alliance to respond to this one. They're thinking of coming over, but in reality, there's nothing they can do about that one.
There's a huge difference between 2 offlaners in this game. Like Master, what he provides, like you even if you don't have ulti, you still provide aura for your team. Vlad's Helm of the Dominator building a pipe next, while Brewmaster's only having a blink dagger at the moment. Ricky trying to get Battle Fury. This build was really popular, like going diff straight into Battle Fury, so your next set of items come much quicker, and Cleave is very good against Meepo, of course. I'm not sure if he's going to have enough time to farm it.
It does seem like a big ask right now, and look at them going onto the high ground, finding the chains onto 2. Madara finding a great opening here. Ice Blast coming on over the top as well. They're looking for FNG, and they might well just find him. Net's going to connect as well. Meanwhile, Negnosfadas comes down, slows him down just a little bit. Lim trying to control him up, and actually, they're getting 2 ticks off, and that's going to give them the time to kill off Madara. Chessie still looking, but Nico Baby's on top of him, but that BKB does run out, so he's going to look for the squishy tugs instead. Looks Pexu before stuff down to low ground. Meanwhile, Haskett dies in the front lines. Buyback from him, but Chessie might be losing his first life here. He will. He goes down. S4 looking to control up Jibe on the back lines here. He has got the roar, but if they can stop him using it, that would be perfect. He does get that roar off onto the Ricky. Ricky might be losing his life, but the Lightning Light saves him. Chessie being kited up so beautifully by Alliance. Once again, he's running low, running out of HP, and the blast brings him down. Hanskin kills off Chessie again, and OG Seed, another age has gone to waste, and now they're looking for Madara, who's just brought back into this fight, and he's going to pay the ultimate price for it. The Ice Blast will come in and snipe S4, but Z-Freak's going down as well. Alliance, they find another fight, somehow just giving it all they got, and looking towards Pexu as their next target here. The little AA should make his way out of this one, but I mean, Lacoste, what the hell keeps happening? This isn't what the script said.
Well, Dragon Knight is pumping a lot of damage, reducing it to breathe fire on Meepos and Nico Baby. They are not killing him. Once again, great positioning from him. Also, Madara could not use the cheese in that fight. Perfect tick. from Ignis Fatis.
Pexu.
Oh, Pexu is gonna die.
He made a good run for it, to be fair. They spent a good kind of 15 seconds, a good Lacoste length of analysis there, running around the jungle, but they did find him in the end.
And Alliance is just focusing down one Meepo. Like, they instantly start attacking one, and everyone else on the team is attacking that one, which is sometimes not what you see. So Cheese is still in the hands of Madara. Age is gone. But right now, Alliance, they feel strong. Ricky getting closer to that Battle Fury.
We all doubted the Ignis, but it seems we were all fools. It's done a hell of a lot of work in dealing with his Ember Spirit. You know, the placement from Hanskin's just been in such a way that he can blast the Meepos away from it, stop them being able to kill it off on the first tick, and often getting a second tick off, which is all you need to kill a hero like Ember. Brutal. Absolutely brutal. Alliance now taking place on the enemy side of the map. They have more space to play with. And how does this Ricky play now? Sorry, the Meepo play now. He's really struggling in these fights. You know, is there an item he can go for, or a way they can adjust their playstyle OGC to try and win these fights now?
Right now, I think they are scared. Even though it's a 4K lead goal for them, they should be respecting Alliance more. I think Alliance is in control of this game right now.
Agreed.
It's the way they itemized. Like, straight into BKB on both cores, no shenanigans, so DK can't stand the ground and fight. Going for Aghanim Scepter next, which I really like. It's one of the, let's say, underrated Ags in the game.
Is there a way they can kind of keep the other heroes alive in this fight? Because they don't actually have... Pexu's the only one with the 4-staff.
Yes, that was the problem. You don't have a saving hero, and you had no saving items. There's like no Glimmer Cape. This is the first 4-staff. Beastmaster had one queued up, but then decided to shift. Mirana just finished hers, so... maybe a little bit of mistimed with these saving items.
Yeah, 4-staff now completed by C-Freak. So they've got two ways to get away from this Ricky. But Ricky might want to be switching targets soon. They might feel like they can just take down this Meepo to start off these fights pretty shortly once this battle crew is completed. Right now, probably not. They probably still want to be hunting the backlines, but... in a way, I kind of like the way this Ricky has played into OG Seed. I mean, obviously, he's done fantastically, but the way in which you're killing everybody other than Ricky, isolating him, it kind of means that this Ricky is kind of, by the way he's played, turned into somewhat of a counter. And now onto the high ground, Madara, he's just getting his spaghetti boiled here. No chance of escape from this one. Z-Freak unable to get in and really do anything about that. So that is one dead little Ember.
And you can see Hanskin in team fights, always using Chakra Magic on Dragonite to lower the cooldown on Breathe Fire and his stun, most importantly. Dragonite just hit level 20, so 20 extra strength, extra damage. No status resistance anymore from that, but still a very powerful talent.
Ricky now with his Battle Fury completed. The Ricky counter, sorry, the Meepo counter from the Ricky is online. I'm excited to see this in action. I'm not sure how much work it's going to do.
He also clears the way very fast. Like, look at the top lane. You just pop Tricks of the Trade. Whole wave is gone in a second.
Although he's not picking Tricks of the Trade just to trigger you. He's playing with you. There you go. But yeah, it's definitely a great farming item. As you say, it used to be very popular in Ricky. Haven't seen it in a while. And this one, not really the farming item we're used to expecting as they jump forward onto the Cuddle here. Cuddle, he's gone. He's a very dead Keeper of Light in this middle lane. Caught out by Madara. That's all right. Ricky, he's going to be looking for more damage now. A bit of everything with the Sanjin Yasha as its next item queued up. Meanwhile, the Meepo, he's going for this Scythe of Vice. And I suppose Scythe of Vice is going to be a very nice item to stop this Brew getting off split. Can you see any other uses for it in these fights?
I'll just control Ricky after his BKB is down. Next Roche may respawn in 50 seconds, but Keeper of the Light is dead. no buyback on him for 2 minutes. If they were keeping eye on that, they should be able to at least deal some damage to the tower.
Nice net.
FNG connect, arrow.
Nice blast from the low ground. They take him out, but they're looking for the rebuttal here, and they jump forwards onto Madara. Madara, he needs some help, and he's got some cheese. That will be enough. Meanwhile, Raw comes down onto Ricky, holding him back. OGT turning the tides around, trying to find Nico Baby. Nico Baby trying to jump out of the fight, but won't be able to do so. He is gone, and this is now dangerous. This might be more than dangerous. Yeah, Limp, he needs to run. He needs to get up that high ground. You can path through anything, my friend. Get up those walls, and he does get himself away with a blink, but how do you defend now? 2 heroes left remaining. OG Seed, well, the fortification will be popped to force them back, but they are straight back on here right now. The rest of the team getting the creep wave. Chessie just dealing with this tower. That is the fight they've been looking for all game. The Raw onto the Ricky, turning it around, blowing him up,
and
forcing them forwards once again here. Handskin causing S4 some troubles. They jump in, Ignis being used, a lot of damage being forced onto this Meepo right now. Do they have enough to finish him off though? They're really getting through him quite quickly. S4, he needs a little bit more. The Ricky getting so low, but S4's gonna be the one to go down, but Chessie will finally get the kill. The Ricky is dead, and now they look over towards the Ember Spirit as well. A very slow remnant down to the low ground, but the Dragon Tail's gonna catch him out. Another hero dead. Oh goodness, OG Seed, they dropped the soap a little bit there. The Ignis just ticking through way too many times, controlling up the team, and just allowing Alliance to do what they want. And even without their Ricky, without their main source of damage, still with DK able to get through that Meepo, bring him down.
I'm underestimating how much damage this Dragonite can tank and deal as well. Like he's just standing the ground against all the Meepos. Peacemaster is there with all his auras, and the Dragonite still survives. Once again, Hansen comes up with the nice chakra magic. I'm hitting my keyboard for some reason.
You're so done with this game. You're just throwing your keyboard across the room. Calm down, Lacoste. It's okay. I'm enjoying it personally.
Oh, Roche just spawned. They were in, went out. What an unfortunate event for Alliance.
Come on, send
Come on, scout it out.
That's it. Send that tomato in there. There we go. They know it's up. Let's get in. Ricky, he's making his way over. The Meepo still dead for 20 seconds. Let's bring down that Roshan. Spider-Man's trying to do it himself, but will be killed off. And not really looking for this right now. Interesting. So they're going to give the Meepo a chance to respawn, and I mean, it would have taken them a really long time, I suppose, and they do have those 2 tier 2s up, so plenty of TP points in for OG Seed. And a tier 1 even at top, actually, that's probably the big one, right? Like, that's a really good TP point for OG Seed.
Meepo, 6,000 gold in the bank. He just wants to have a buyback. Like, if Meepo dies, you buy back, then you get to Roche. It's kind of a game-winning play. Refresher shard as well. Like, who do you give it to? OGC doesn't have the best hero to have it. Like, Double Roar is the best one. Yeah, then you know, you're not blasted by the Ice Frog. But on the other hand, you could give it to the Keeper of the Light. That would be a huge one.
Yeah, that would be. I mean, he was even going for a refresher orb earlier on. He's changed his mind now and decided that the Lotus might be a little bit more important. They jump forwards here, looking for the Beastmaster, but in comes the Ethereal Blade, saving with the right clicks of Limp. But Limp just popping that BKB, popping the Dragonflow and getting off on that cliff. They're still looking for Jebe right now. He's not going to be able to get a roar here. He's not going to be able to do anything. He's just going to lose his life. Does have a buyback if he wants to use it. Meanwhile, Stun coming down onto Pexu as well. He's probably going to be the second casualty on the side of OGC right now, but Beastmaster coming back into this one, using that tier 1 tower to TP on in. Nico Baby's probably going to be the target, but the Ignis Fighters coming on down, holding them all together. Madara trying to get to work here. Meanwhile, S4 comes out of the split. Is he going to get focused down, or are they going to look towards the Enchantress instead? Raw comes down onto the DK, holding him back, allowing them to kill off S4 and FNG. And now look towards Alliance here, but Alliance also throwing in the buyback to this one. They want to try and hold this fight. Stun out onto Jibe, but it might be Limp who's in trouble as the Ice Blast connects onto him from the low ground. Limp might be losing his life here, and if he does, he's not going to be able to come back with the Dragon Form. Does have a buyback though, and is going to have to use it. Alliance, they need to hold this fight somehow, but they're just losing hero after hero. It doesn't feel worth it. They have gotten Jibe. They're looking towards the Meepo. Look at the damage coming down from the Battle Fury as well, but in comes the Ethereal Blade, saving Chessie. Is it going to be enough? It is enough to turn around, kill Nico Baby. Nico Baby also throwing in the buyback. They can't kill Chessie. They need a little bit more. Finally, they bring him down. The Meepo is dead, and he buys back into this one as well. They are not done, but maybe they should be, as Siegfried's going to lose his life as well. Madara still trying to play around. Nice blink from S4 though, and now the stun comes into Madara. Madara, he's taken a step too far, and he's going to lose his life. No buyback on him. 70 seconds. No Ember Spirit. And my God, every single team squeezing.
He snipes
the
S4.
snipe onto S4.
Mirana has buyback. She's the only one.
trees.
Her and Keeper of the Light. But look at the tier 4s. There's a lot of pressure. Few creep waves, and there's the buyback. So run straight into Roche Pit. Dragon Knight will have ulti up again in a couple of seconds.
Decent cooldown on that one. Jesus, every single team, I mean, squeezing every single thing they can into this fight. They know how important this Roche is. They know how important the next few minutes of domination are going to be on this map. And I don't feel like either team had like a significant win in the end there. Everybody threw it in the buybacks in the end. So Meepo bought back, Ricky bought back, GK bought back, Shippe bought back. The only one who didn't buy back was Madara, because he didn't have the gold to. I'm sure he would have otherwise.
They also lost the gem. Where is it right now? I can't find it. Okay, Mirana picked it up.
All right, well, that's definitely something against this Ricky, that's for sure. Roshan starting to fall. Alliance, they're gathering for this one. They're going to go for this smoke out. They need to get in quick. And Zem, they're going to jump on the front lines, trying to find Jibby. Jibby being blown up, but the Ethereal Blade going to save his life, get him out of danger, maybe. Meanwhile, Meepo jumping out of the pit. They want to actually try and find a fight here. They want to try and find Nico Baby. And Nico Baby, he gets arrowed up. He doesn't have a BKB. The Nets continue. Blinding Light going to throw them back. But Madara coming into the backlines. Meanwhile, Ignis Spider's going to come down over the top, controlling up the Meepo, stopping him from just jumping in and killing Nico Baby, allowing him to get out of the top. Madara, he's not done. He's popping the BKB, and he's looking for a target right now. FNG, chains come out. There's damage there. The arrow is, and they should bring him down.
Spirit Vessel tick.
Okay.
They get him.
Yeah.
Roche dropping low, so that's Meepo with Aegis. Refresher is ready as well.
Yeah, Ice Blast got to come on through, connecting onto S4 here. Alliance, they need to get themselves away, but I'm not sure that's going to be possible. But Limp jumps onto the high ground here, trying to defend S4, allowing him to get off that split. Meanwhile, they turn around, they look towards Mirana. Z-Free should be dying here. They get that kill. Mirana does not have buyback anymore. Meanwhile, Nico Baby, not going to be the target here as he gets down to the low ground, but Limp turning back into that Dragon Knight form here. Meanwhile, S4 coming through the backlines, trying to find Pexu, should be able to do at least that. There's Pexu, well, he's still surviving for the time being. Rock's going to follow him down here. Meanwhile, S4 just wants to get himself out. He will die eventually. As Ricky, though, he has to jump into this one. I'm not sure about this, but he's got the BKB, and they jump forward, stun out onto Meepo. They're trying to bring him down. The Battle Fury going to work, but he's still so damn tanky. S4's lost his life. He's got no way back into this fight. OGC, with 3 heroes, are on the high ground. They're looking to try and end this game with their Aegis. Alliance, they are S4. They have the numbers advantage, but this Ricky is so strong. It's a huge ask for them to come in and actually finish this game. Still for OGC, they've recognized this, they get themselves out, they're saying, okay, well, there'll be more opportunities once Mirana's back. Let's take the full 5-on-5 with our full strength with the Aegis.
Next set of buybacks is going to come in 3.5, 4 minutes for everyone. So just reset, region up, they don't care too much about this Brewmaster, pick up some bounties and go back in again.
Chessie, though, he's not done. He's looking for Enchantress here, as is Madara, but they're going to get the stun out onto Madara. Madara might be losing life, but the Ethereal Blade once again saving his life, and now the roar out onto the Ricky. Ricky needs some help, and Blinding Light is going to be there for him. Meanwhile, stunned up once again. A root comes out. Ricky, he might be dead here, as the Ignis Sparta's going to come out. Yes, it is, and Ricky gets away again. Hanskin doing so much work, as they're going to bring the Meepo down once. He gets the final Hex out to DK, and we'll be losing that first life, but the Aegis going to bring him right the way back here. Now Nico Baby jump in, they're pouncing, they want to bring down this Ricky. FNGs are piling in the damage from the side as well. Arrow going to come flying through, not connecting onto anyone. They're all targeting the same Ricky. OGC, they need to dig deep here. They need to try and find the real one. BKB being popped from Limb here as they jump on forward. Chessie losing his life. That Meepo getting so low. And the Illuminate is going to finish the job here. Now no Ricky with no buyback, by the way, for another 3 minutes 30. Beastmaster going to be the target. Stun comes out. No TP for you, sir. Ice Blast going to give it a little bit of arrow.
I believe he's dead.
Oh. Well, that's a big overstep. The rest of the team were dealing with Jibbe. Meanwhile, Nico Baby tries to find the +1s in Madara and Z-Freak, but accidentally trades his life for it, making this not as good for Alliance as perhaps it once was. They're still hunting, but Madara, he's a pretty slippery banana. Z-Freak just going to throw an arrow and pounce himself away, and it doesn't look like there'll be any more deaths in this fight. My goodness.
Ricky, he does not have a single neutral item. Like, what happened to at least his Ring of Aquila?
That's interesting. He was holding on to the Dragon Scale earlier on, but it looks like he's given it over towards the Beastmaster.
All right, Illusion escaped.
All right, that's pretty nice.
That's a big one. Give that one to Ricky.
But 2 dragons, Lacoste. Think of the possibilities.
Yeah, I've seen that in Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. Having more than 1 dragon is not good.
Oh,
They all die in the end.
Spoilers. Meanwhile, Madara's grabbed himself a timeless relic. Yeah, it's pretty nice for the Ember Spirit to pick up, I suppose.
Yeah, you
Nice
have a lot of
debuffs on the chains.
magical damage, which also amplifies your Spirit Vessel damage.
Ooh, yeah. Good call. Yeah, very much into that. So let's get a bit of a review. Where are we now in this game? Who needs to be making the next plays? Who's scared? Who's feeling confident? I'm a bit lost, Lacoste. Help me out. Be my shining light in the darkness.
The next set of buybacks is coming in a minute. Like, Ricky just bought everything. He's going for Heaven's Halberd. That's the item that I wanted to see on OG Seed. Like, no one is building it. Like, if you had it on Beastmaster, maybe +1. Mirana could also build one against Ricky and Dragonite. It's so easy to kite, especially when they're in range form. Like, 5-second disarm, Dragonite's not gonna do anything. Flicker. This item feels so weird. I would not consider this item as a tier 4 item. Same goes for Magic Lamp.
Yeah, I mean, on Heroes, I think the Brewmaster has got himself that Magic Lamp now. Oh, he's actually switched out for the Flicker. My man. I love Flicker. Let's see, Smoker from OG Seed here. S4 gonna dangle himself out like a tasty piece of bait, and now they come in with the Ice Blast over the top. Do they have the Roar looking down? They certainly do. Magic Lamp doing him absolutely. Oh no, because he went for the Flicker in the end. See, if he had the Magic Lamp, he'd probably still be dead.
You're a big fan of Magic Lamp, huh?
Not really.
This one's big. Illusion Escape for Meepo. Put it straight in. Like, you can bait. The illusion only takes 150% damage, so it's hard to see if it's a real one or not.
Yeah, that's the big thing about it, right? And it's kind of just gives you the opportunity to just kind of like pop it and micro it differently and confuse the hell out of people. So yeah, that bait's going to be pretty darn key in games like this, where they do seem to be trying to focus all their power into one hero's ancient Thunderhide. Who does that belong to then? Enchantress. Oh, she took the level 20 taunt. Okay, fair enough. Fortunately, won't be living very long here. Is that a good talent? Enchant affects
Minus 65 untouchable slow. It's kind of meh. It's not like they're focusing you down with their attacks anyway. You have 1300 HP. So pretty easy to burst down. But having Ancient Creep in a fight could change things a bit. Like if you get,
the auras.
let's say, Golem.
Yeah. Alright. Interesting. Unfortunately, getting out to get one of these golems is going to be the big challenge right now, but OGC have actually backed off to their side of the map, currently speaking. I like what Z-Freak's doing with his neutral items as well. Has a Philosopher's Stone in his inventory, but the moment a fight starts, he's going to whip in those spider legs for the extra maneuverability.
Yeah, you want to get the maximum efficiency out of, like, Philosopher's Stone, Shovel. You always want to keep those.
Well, it's time for your minutely buyback update. And we have ourselves. Chessie does have buyback. Nico Baby has buyback as well. Limp still a little bit of gold off, just 150 though, so it shouldn't be too far away. Shibe has buyback. Meanwhile, Madara, he's pretty far away as he chose to go for, I believe, this Shiva's Guard rather than saving buyback. We'll see how that affects him in the future. Does feel like a decent Shiva's Guard game.
Well, just for scouting things out, finding Keeper of the Light, providing vision for the team, for Arrow to land. Next Roche may respawn in 20 seconds. That's going to be a fourth one, so it means all the items.
Yep, a full booty available. What are you expecting in this next Roche fight? Are Alliance going to be able to take one for the last?
Oh, it's hard to predict. I feel like whoever gets the first jump will have like the upper hand. If they get Searing Chains and the arrows, there's only one Force Staff on their side, and Force Staff is nerfed. Like, you need to stand very close. Buybacks wise, Dragon Knight will have one in 80 gold. I'm a bit concerned that Ember Spirit does not have it.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused by this choice as well. It's not like Madara's been invincible, especially with his BKB charge getting pretty damn low. Could be a bit scary for Madara.
Yeah, you see,
he feels confident.
Marana is 400 gold away from buyback.
And here they go, jumping onto Madara here, but the Force Staff comes out with the Ethereal Blade, just keeping him nice and healthy. And Alliance not really committing to the full fight there onto the Ember Spirit. Moonlight Shadow has been used, so they jump forwards, but not really any commitment from either side. They're both so scared to make this final move. Smoke out from Alliance, holding their line steady, positioning Limp in the front. He's got a BKB, he's also got the Minotaur Horn available, so extra magic immunity as they jump forwards onto Ember Spirit once again, but another Force Staff gonna save his life, along with things that's coming down, but this time they've committed. S4, he's popped the ultimate, and they're gonna find Pexu at the very least, and now another jump onto Madara here, but he's got the Yules. Madara running this way and that, trying to find his way out of this fight. They are still chasing. Hanskin, does he want to use an ultimate hit? Doesn't seem to want to. Madara still very tricky to run down. Are going to give him the information they need, but Alliance, they're going to try and put some pressure on this tier 2 instead.
Ricky, Lotus Orb on him, and he built the Heaven's Halberd for himself. Like, just to amplify region and the disarm. Like, Heaven's Halberd is my favorite item in this patch. It's just so good.
Yeah. Big fan here as well. However, that said, this game I don't see it to be super value just because the active doesn't seem fantastic. Like, who are you going to really disarm this game?
Yeah, you don't care too much about disarming Meepo. Like, one Meepo is not gonna do that much. Roche just spawned, so both teams know he's up. Level 25 to level 25 talent-wise. Dragon Knight plus 1.6 seconds stun. Like, he can perma-stun people. It's almost 5-second duration with 9-second cooldown, and Chakra Magic lowers it by 6. Yeah, so you can perma-stun people right now.
Pretty tasty, pretty tasty. What do you think of Espoir's decision to choose the Flicker over the Magic Lamp? I just want to come back to that one quickly. Do you think it's the right choice?
I find both of these items pretty bad.
Like choosing between a soggy sandwich and a stale one. I think I'd go for the stale sandwich. Soggy sandwich sounds very gross.
Both of them are, but...
Roshan being surrounded by OG Seed. Alliance, so they know their outpost has been taken, so they're going to take the opposing high ground. That's the stance they want. This little ball comes in. I'm not going to see much because they're under the protection of smoke. Meanwhile, Madara says, see you later, and limps up onto the high ground. This time it's Jimmy without the buyback as they jump forwards onto Pexu. Pexu, the Ethereal Blade, going to come in, buy him a little bit of time. Meanwhile, the Roar comes out onto Nico Baby. Nico Baby could be in some trouble. Meanwhile, Chessie trying to deal with the Keeper of the Light. They realize their target and they bring him down, but he's got a buyback and he is going to use it. Meanwhile, and they come onto the low ground here. Chessie's still being controlled. He's actually running out of life. Look at the damage coming in from SNG on the sidelines here. They might just be able to bring him down. They will finally kill off Chessie, but they get Nico Baby at the same time as well. Both of them buying back into this one. Meanwhile, Pexu being bullied a little bit. Limp trying to find the target right now. S4's on top of him as well, but in the backlines, it's going to be FNG who loses life to Chessie. Spyback coming in thick and fast. FNG's back into this one. We're getting a little bit of a reset now. A little bit of a pause to catch up breath, but no, Limp jumps straight back in onto the Ember Spirit here. Force off actually coming onto Ricky. It doesn't connect onto the Ember Spirit. They get it on the wrong target, but Ember still being kept alive. Can they finish the job here? Madara getting so low. He does have the buyback if he goes down right now. Cutting on over the top, everybody getting their regen cut in half as they look towards the Brewmaster. Brewmaster trying to limp himself away. He's going to die. Buyback on him being used immediately along with the Dragon Knight as well. OGC take a big hit back, and this time they get the Cotter, and that is for good. He doesn't have a way back into this fight. OGC immediately into that pit. They can't do anything more, especially as Alliance. They've lost their top melee barracks for this fight as well, due to the creeps just constantly pushing in, and they're going to lose Roshan as well. Could this be it? OGC, they have not had a better opportunity in this game to finish things off. 100 seconds on the Cuddle. He has been the #1 determining factor in these fights. With him out of the equation, maybe, just maybe, OG Seed can get the victory.
They give Aghanim Scepter to Ember Spirit. Of course, Meepo is gonna be picking up the Aegis he just bought back. So only 3 heroes right now with the buyback: Morana, Beast, and Ember. So all 3 OG Seed members with the buybacks. This might be it.
Yeah, I really think it is. It's going to be such a huge ask for Alliance to hold this without losing anybody. I mean, come on. Not a single buyback, not a single coddle. What do you do? Chessie straight in, Hex out onto the Brew, and net being thrown as well as Madara goes in deep, and Limp turning around. Maybe they can bring down Madara here, but this is a hero with buyback, and they will get the kill. Now, Chessie, though, focusing on the barracks here. Chessie doesn't seem to care. His team is pretty far behind him, however, but they're getting a decent amount of damage done. S4 popping down the ultimate here, and they're going to look towards Murata instead. Murata being focused. She might be dead here, but no, able to actually get the kill plate out onto her. Actually, no, it's a Ghost Scepter on herself. Lack Rock thrown her way. Madara, meanwhile, coming forwards here, back into the game, but he's being controlled once again here inside that smoke, but Limp's the one in trouble. Limp is getting low. He doesn't have buyback. Do they have the damage? And he is gone. DK dead. No coddle for 20 seconds still. How do they defend this one? Surely this is game. They're still holding on Alliance as Jibe jumps on the backlines, trying to find S4. S4 makes it back to the fountain at the very least. The barracks will certainly be falling. He wants it. He does. Yeah, FNG just sitting here, but he's actually going to get himself netted up. Does have that Lotus, but unfortunately he momently used it. Another net comes cutting on through, and FNG just gives his life for really nothing. I don't know why I was out that far. Maybe a bit of a mistake here as Madara is seen on the front lines. Nico maybe trying to get the damage done, but there's another Hex down onto the Brewmaster. He does have a BKB in 6 seconds. They force Madara back behind the Meepo where he wants to be. S4 being focused on down here. S4 needs a bit of help, but he might not find it. BKB comes out, but it's just not going to be there. Doesn't even dare to use the active from Flicker. Meanwhile, Nico Baby net comes in perfectly. Nico Baby is dead. They know it, and the GGs are going to get called. Game number 1 in 54 minutes goes the way of OG Seed at last, but it was a fight.
It was. Alliance did much better than I expected them to.
Yep.
Because they were in a really bad situation, man.